Preface. Heaven is about harmony, the harmonious workings of God, who made everything. It is part of all things working together for good to them that love God. That's how God makes his creation, the kingdom of heaven, good. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. Genesis 1:31. God's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, is every good gift and every perfect gift, which cometh down from the Father of lights, in whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. He is always streaming of us this goodness, all his goodness. Betsy Atterbury. Welcome to Heaven 7.0. I trust I've captured your attention by invoking one of the most inspiring concepts known to humanity, heaven. It would seem impossible to go wrong exploring one of the most hopeful, yet mysterious realities that has captivated human imagination throughout history. I could traverse every continent, every faith tradition, every culture, and every language and discover that most people share common ground when we mention heaven, paradise, or the eternal realm. Though heaven might render different images across cultures, we consistently find universal resonance around the concept of a transcendent destiny of peace and fulfillment. Everyone treasures those profound testimonies of loved ones who, in their final moments, shared glimpses of heavenly encounters. The very thought of eternal harmony and rest provides humanity with hope, comfort, and profound joy. One reason we find such universal resonance around heaven is that most people maintain an optimistic and forward-looking perspective of this realm. As the old saying goes, I can't wait to experience heaven, I just don't want to be in the beta testing phase. Our thoughts remain consistently positive because few have managed to corrupt the cloud-based or future state vision we hold of heaven. This place called heaven remains beautifully mysterious, a positive, hope-filled kind of mystery. Our view of heaven stands in stark contrast to many earthly expressions of faith, religions, denominations, belief systems, clergy hierarchies, and institutional structures. We have constructed countless digital idols, false narratives, spiritual scams, human influencers, mega platforms, religious brands, sacred spaces, temples, buildings, organizations, and even taken political positions over most faith on earth applications of spirituality. Going deeper into our current reality, we have even taken the one person who descended and ascended between heaven, Jesus Christ, and made him a source of division rather than unity across humanity's network. As humans interfacing with various religious operating systems and earthly faith applications, we naturally develop skepticism toward corrupted spiritual software. Simply put, earthly faith has been filtered through so many human algorithms that we've become rightfully cautious users, finding it challenging to identify the original source code of truth. This has resulted in hundreds of religious platforms and sects, creating 8 major competing spiritual ecosystems that maintain adversarial mindsets. These groups will be explored in later chapters, but for now, let's focus on the shared space we call heaven. The fact that heaven has remained uncorrupted should be considered a miracle of divine preservation. Considering that most religious organizations want to trademark, monopolize, brand, and monetize their spiritual intellectual property, it's remarkable that we haven't compromised the universal image of heaven. The closest attempts to hack heaven's reputation come from those who have made false predictions about system shutdown dates. Yet even these failed prophecies haven't crushed the majority's positive perception of heaven. Heaven remains the one sacred space that continues providing humanity with visions of hope, peace, transcendent experiences, magnificence, harmony, and the ultimate meetup with our understanding of God, as well as reunion with loved ones who have transitioned from this earthly platform. I have intentionally taken the universal concept of heaven and appended it with the version identifier 7.0. I believe you'll enjoy this upgrade and be challenged to recognize that we live in an era where knowledge and revelation are processing at unprecedented speeds. The prophet Daniel speaks of a time when knowledge would exponentially increase, while the apostle John shares that the mystery of the gospel would reach full disclosure, as foretold by prophets like Daniel 12:4, Revelation 10:10. As we approach these events, there's no doubt that knowledge will continue accelerating exponentially. Additionally, the world's mysteries will continue being decrypted and gain clearer resolution. I'm amazed at the bandwidth people dedicate to fearing a one-world government, the Antichrist, and apocalyptic scenarios, while rarely streaming content about God's kingdom promises. End-time events may be legitimate and probable, but they should never override God's commitment to his kingdom of heaven and our prayer that his will downloads on earth as it runs in heaven. Focusing excessively on negative scenarios only allocates more processing power to life's dark side, depleting people's capacity to operate in the strength, faith, and power of God's promises for the very beings he created in his image. Heaven 3.0 is designed to help people see and explore earthly faith in its purest form by understanding that heaven's reality is sinking closer to our current location, making it increasingly accessible to our spiritual perception. The uncorrupted vision of heaven, combined with exponentially increasing knowledge, is already enabling millions to view and experience heavenly aspects of God's kingdom with high-definition clarity. Essentially, heaven's purity, integrated with expanded knowledge, is providing us with cleaner filters to see who we truly are in God's kingdom. In the process of recognizing our authentic identity, we begin to see who God ultimately designed us to become. The context of Heaven 7.0 can best be understood by establishing baseline references for what might be considered Heaven 1.0, Heaven 2.0, Heaven 3.0, Heaven 4.0, Heaven 5.0, and Heaven 6.0. If Scripture is true that his kingdom advances and that the mind of Christ operates in us, then it stands to reason that we will be a few release levels ahead of technology 4.0. But you, Daniel, close up and seal the words of the scroll until the time of the end. Many will go here and there to increase knowledge. Daniel 12:4. And he swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens and all that is in them, the earth and all that is in it, and the sea and all that is in it, and said, there will be no more delay. But in the days when the seventh angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished, just as he announced to his servants, the prophets. Chapter 10, verses 6 to 7.